After F77, electric two-wheeler startup Ultraviolette has launched F99 bike at the Auto Expo 2023. And now with me I have Mr. Narayan Subramanian, co-founder and CEO of Ultraviolette. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Nice to meet you.
So please tell us more about the F99. What's this bike all about?
So the F99 represents our intent to get into the world of electric motorsports. So it's a platform. It's a platform that stands for the limits of what we can push to in terms of the batteries, the motors, the powertrain, the performance, all of it, right? And this is not something that's going to be on sale. It's more of an internal R&D factory racing endeavor from our side. And as of today, more beyond what you can see on the exterior, one of the fundamental innovations has been on the batteries, right? It's a different battery architecture compared to the F77, and we are able to output 65 bhp of power from this system and top speeds of above 200 kilometers an hour. First time on an electric motorcycle.
So how do you see this electric motorsport bike in future? Will that be successful, or what's your views?
So we want to get into electric motorsports because the pace at which you innovate, invent, solve problems on a racetrack is at a highly fast-track stage, right? And we hope that a lot of the innovations that we come across or develop on for racing comes towards our production products as well. So we see this like for instance, kinetic energy recovery systems in F1 racing now in some way or form has come into commercial or production vehicles as well. So we want to use racing as an activity or an endeavor to constantly keep pushing performance and technology, and what we achieve there comes towards productions in as fast timelines as possible.
So what's the plan ahead? What's the strategy regarding this? Will you be partnering with some companies regarding Formula 1 or something?
Right. So in this calendar year, you will hear more updates on this. As you know, there are multiple formats or ways in which we can go about it, from one-make championships to open races and partnerships or collaborations. So right now, today was unveiling the technology and the capability of our machine. Now moving forward, sometime in this calendar year, we will definitely get into the details and the formats of how we want to enable this.
Also, a few months back, you launched the F77. So how's the response on that?
Response has been tremendous. You see the airstrike, the laser and the shadow over here. And there's a whole host of accessories. I'm sure you know all of that by now. And the response sort of is beyond our current production capacity. So we're wrapping that up as well. So it's only a matter of weeks before we see the bikes on the road. So all of us in the company are super excited. 6 years of R&D, and it's hitting the roads like in a few days from now.
So what's the next plan? We have the two bikes here. So
yes.
What's the third bike going to be?
So this is not something intended towards commercial sale anytime soon. More of an internal R&D platform. F77s are, like I mentioned, few days away from hitting the roads. And our plans over the next, say, 1 year is to amplify access across the country. We've had our launch in Bangalore. We've had a lot of other events in Bangalore. Being here in Delhi at the Auto Expo is a sign of announcing to the whole country that we are going to be pan-India very soon this year. Quarter 1 of distribution and availability is going to be in Bangalore. Quarter 2 onwards, we will amplify sales across the country.
So also we're seeing so many startup culture these days. So how do you see the competition with the startup and also with established player in the market? So how do you see the competition?
I think right now I would not use the word competition. It's a little too early in the days of electric vehicles altogether. Okay. The more companies we have, the only thing is take time, test the products, get the products out. It doesn't matter if you're first, second, third in the market. India is a massive market. But the more and more credible, reliable products we have is only going to help the electric vehicle industry overall. So that is our take on this. And we are looking forward to a lot of OEMs, other startups possibly. We've seen a lot of scooter companies. Hopefully see motorcycles on the roads from an electric standpoint soon.
So also, how do you see we might witness the pandemic also once again. So how do you see in terms of the semiconductor chip shortage and everything? So how do you think, how prepared are we once again to deal with that?
So I think to start with, we are looking at a segment that is not a mass segment, which in this particular instance is an advantage because we are able to forecast our demand and allocate supplies accordingly. Right? We're looking at a few thousands of volumes. We're not looking at a few lakhs of volumes, right? At least in the first few months. Now that's helped us streamline our supply chain side of things. Two is in a few certain cases we've had to hold inventory ahead of what we would have ideally liked. But I mean, it's a flux that the whole world is going through, and we're trying our best to stay prepared for the same.
So these are the completely made in India bikes. 100%.
Absolutely. I would say imagined in India, designed in India, made in India, and for the world. So
Thank you so much for speaking.